So here we are, we're going to go to the theater and do some theater shots. So tell you a little bit about that and what it's all about. I've been doing these for a local professional theater. They're all unionized, you know. This is the real deal. For about 7 years, since about 1999, something like that. I thought it was a great place to go to and affiliate myself with because really what I'm after, well, not only the recognition and the free ads and the credibility that goes with being called the official photographer, but I'm after the audience. There's, you know, a lot of professionals that attend theater, and it's a pretty good place. So anyways, over the years I've done literally hundreds of these, so this little tutorial is about that. So a little bit of prep talk about what it is that I bring as far as gear. I used to bring film, but when digital came on board, I started shooting digital, obviously. And one of the issues with shooting theater was they always wanted stuff turned around really, really fast. So in the film days, I used to shoot black and white C41 process. And I'd go to a 1 hour lab, bring the proofs the next day, and get the reprints done right away. But of course when digital came on board, it was much, much easier. I could literally, if I want, bring a laptop, and I have done that on occasion, and download it right in the theater, burn the CD, here you go. I give them all the full res files, and I give them proof size. I just give them to them. Copyright, take it all. They can do whatever they want with them, and if they need any technical help, which they do once in a while, I help them where I can, when I can. So I'm not really there to really get all sort of be a stickler on the details of working. You know, I just want to be good to them because they're good to me. I've got a lot of publicity through the local theater, so it's a good thing to go for. So, but as far as shooting it is concerned, now I'm using my D2X 800 ISO. 800 ISO is pretty much my standard working ISO. Almost wide open, if not wide open, for most scenes. I find I'm usually at about a 40th of a second wide open, and depends on the scene. Some scenes I have to open up even more. I don't use a tripod, it's all handheld. I try to really shoot nice and stable. You could use a tripod, but it slows me down. One thing I noticed is when I started doing these, because they had so much experience working with other photographers, they really liked the fact that I was fast. I was in and out. I didn't drag it out, 1 to 2 hours, and I didn't get all stuck on certain scenes and trying to get it absolutely 100% perfect. I set my white balance at preset tungsten, because the lights are tungsten. Don't try and get a perfect white balance because there's so much color, and they use a lot of these warm gels. So if you try and get a custom white balance off of these lights, it's just going to look wrong because they'll be neutral. We don't want them neutral. You want the color of the lights to show through. So if you set it at tungsten, it becomes pretty accurate. Because, like I said, the actual light source itself is tungsten. A lot of it is gelled, so there's reds, there's blues, there's greens, there's yellows, a lot of warms, and as a result, it'll look warm or red or whatever it is. You want to make sure you don't underexpose, especially when you're getting into the reds and yellows. An underexposed image that's got those color casts in them are really, really hard to work with. So really try and get your exposure bang on. 50mm lens, I have a 50mm 1.4. I used to use it a lot more, but I don't use it that much anymore. My main workhorse lens for these shots is the 28 to 70. It's a nice zoom. It's 2.8, and I'll generally work it at about f4, sometimes 2.8, and it's a zoom lens, so I'm able to come in, go out. Yeah, zoom. I also have a 12 to 24, which I bring along and I will use occasionally. It's a beautiful lens. Some of the wide shots that I need to get. Now they will ask me to do scene shots, different scenes, just the stage. And these are for their archives. They want these for reference because years from now they might look back and go, well, how did we set up that scene? So they want a lot of those shots. They want group shots as well. And I just ask them often, and in many cases too, when the scenes are a little bit lower, I will ask them to cheat the lights up a bit to actually increase it, and I try and explain to them in certain scenes that the eye human eye sees a much broader range than the camera, so we often have to add more fill light because the contrast is just way too intense. And they kind of understand that, because it's what I need to do to get the proper exposure. So, you develop a working relationship with people, and it's been very, very positive. I've been through 3 art directors so far, and they've been nothing but totally 100% ecstatic. I'm considered family there. I walk in there like I'm a staff. They treat me like I'm staff. I get a free ad in the local program, all the programs. I could probably, if I wanted to, even take advantage of the fact that I'm getting all the benefits from the crowd, the theater crowd. So, but I don't. I mean, they let me do a 3-4 week display once years ago. I had television, radio, print. They did all the public news media releases. I got a ton of exposure. Thousands of people went through the lobby. I had about 40 wall portraits on display. So, and it was a very, very positive thing. So, those are some of the side benefits of working with the theater. Anyways, I'm getting off track again. Equipment. I don't use flash. I don't use any other light. Handheld. Those are the lenses. That's the camera. I generally will shoot half resolution, and I shoot JPEG because real men shoot JPEG. I don't shoot RAW. I don't complicate things. And when I download them, I burn myself a copy. I put another copy onto my archive external hard drive, that's how I back up everything, as my double backup, and I give them a copy delivered that day or the next day. So they want prints for their lobby and their front area and for whatever other purposes and for archive purposes. So, but that's how I shoot it. 800 ISO, handheld, tungsten. And I'm trying to have a lot of fun and get to know everybody there. And you'll see in the video, you'll see me in action. I'll show you some of the actual results of those images that you can see me shooting. So, any more questions? No? Is that good? All right. So if you have any questions, just send an email. I'll do my best. But if you got a local theater in your town, it's a great way to get publicity. So I highly recommend it. See you online.